Our top story developing right now. First at 4, 6 people are dead after a plane crashes north of San Antonio. Investigators say the crash happened around 9 this morning in Kerrville. That's about 6 miles northwest of the airport there. Chopper 5 captured these images from the crash scene. Now investigators are working to figure out why this plane went down. Eyewitness News reporter Jaleesa Irizarry is live in Kerr County with the latest. Jaleesa.
That's right. We're about 500 yards away from where the plane crash actually occurred. DPS state troopers say it happened just over that hill over there, quite a ways down. Now, this is what we know so far. Just before 9 a.m., the sheriff's office responded to a call of a plane crash. The FAA says the twin-engine Beechcraft is believed to have left the West Houston airport and was attempting to land at the Kerrville Municipal Airport when it crashed. 6 people were on board, including the pilot. None of those individuals survived. Now, CBS News is reporting the plane is owned by a Jeffrey Weiss out of Houston. We want to stress we do not know the identities of those inside the plane yet. Officials are still working on that. Now, we did just speak to a man who witnessed a crash. This is what he told us.
Came in really low, right over my head, literally, maybe 400 feet or so. And then as I turned to look, it was already gone because I had oak trees cover me. And within about 30 seconds, the guys I was working with, they ran out there to the tree line and started calling 911 because they said that plane went down. I heard it hit.
Now, DPS did tell us the Federal Aviation Administration as well as the National Transportation Safety Board are both investigating this crash. We do not know at this time if a Mayday call was made. Reporting live in Kerr County, Jaleesa Irizarry, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.
Jaleesa, thank you. We are joined now by Kurt Leslie, Dean for the College of Aeronautics at Hallmark University. He served in the United States Air Force and National Guard for 38 years and joins us to share his extensive knowledge of aircraft and aviation. And Kurt, can you tell us kind of just for starters how this investigation works and how long this might take?
Well, this investigation works. The NTSB has a go team, and as soon as they hear of this accident, they are on the road, and I've heard that they're on the ground. So the investigation will get there. The first and foremost, they want to take care of the victims who are on the ground and make sure that the proper notifications are made. And then from there, they want to preserve all the evidence and ensure that they get to the root cause of this. They don't want to rush in anything. They want to make sure that everything is taken care of and everything is gone through like a fine-tooth comb.
And with we're seeing now the video from the scene as these NTSB investigators get there. What are the things they're looking into to try and figure out why and how this plane went down? Well,
first of all, there's different investigators that are there in the NTSB. There'll be folks who are specialized in pilots, operations. There'll be investigators who are who know more about the airplane, the mechanics. There'll be weather experts there. They look at all factors that are in this, not only just the aircraft mechanical piece itself, but how the airplane was actually operated and the weather conditions that the airplane was in.
And I think from everything we've learned, this plane is a Beech BE-58. Can you tell us anything about that aircraft?
That aircraft has been around for 58 years, so it's been around for quite some time. A version of that's been around since the Eisenhower administration. So that airplane, this particular one, they started building this version back in 2006. It's basically just a privately owned aircraft that was just used for private transport.
And there's, I think, what we're looking into trying to figure out now is if there's any type of history. Is there any information that you might have or be aware of that this plane might have a history of crashes?
No, I don't. I did a quick search on this particular airplane, couldn't find any trends, but I can tell you as an investigator myself and being trained in these types of things, that they're going to go in with an open mind, because what you may think on the front end of any investigation walking up to, it'll be completely different when you get to the end of the investigation, once they take everything into account.
And certainly would, I guess for any pilots or anybody else, is there anything that folks can do, or is there any immediate takeaway from a crash or an accident like this for folks at home?
Well, the only thing I could say for anything like that is just be aware of your surroundings. If you see something, say something. If you see any type of accidents or like this, to report that to your local authorities, because they definitely want to get the right answer. Because once they get to the final conclusion, whatever that is, that information is going to be spread out to the manufacturers, to the folks who operate it, the pilots world, if it has to involve pilot training. any of that, they're going to make sure that information is get out. So this type of accident doesn't happen again. And our well wishes and condolences and prayers go out to the families.
Absolutely. Certainly a lot of heartbreak from this accident today. Kurt, Leslie, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. And we're going to be having continuing coverage on this story throughout the day. Again, the NTSB is on the scene investigating the crash, and we'll continue to bring you updates as we gather those details. For the latest information, you can head to KENS5.com or the KENS5 app.